Welcome to Vibrational Revelations. My name is Elena.
My name is Alejandro.
And thank you so much for joining us today. Perhaps this is your first time and you're seeing us for the very first time, wondering what is it that we're going to reveal to you today. And many of you have been coming back, looking forward to our public episodes. So this is an episode related to revealing vibrational frequencies and levels of consciousness related to Telegram app, as well as its founder, Pavel Durov. And the reason that we wanted to release this information publicly, this is something that we've actually done where we had an entire episode a couple of years back related to all kinds of different social platforms, from Facebook to Instagram to Signal to, it was Twitter back then, right? We haven't rechecked the X platform yet. And then, of course, Telegram and all of their founders. So if you're interested in seeing this episode, it's part of our entire library of vibrational revelations membership platform. This is where you can find recordings of over 180 episodes. Now, Alejandro and I use scalar wave technology to measure the vibrational frequencies and levels of consciousness of everything that is, from historical figures to sacred sites to the current events, to help navigate the nature of our reality with more clarity. There's also a lot of interesting insights that you'll find in the membership community where we've had live discussions, and all of it is left for the recordings for all of you to explore and get familiarized with to help your own journey. Now, the vibrational frequencies of awakening scale is something that you can download, and we will place the link below. The other thing I wanted to mention, this is something quite new. Over the last 6 months, Alejandro has put in a lot of work and developed this remarkable way that you now will receive your own personalized report, which is 36 pages long. It's full of incredible insights and information. So if this is something you're interested in, I'll post the link below as well for you to book your own vibrational frequency analysis PDF. So this way it's become more accessible to a lot more people around the world. This is something that we have been doing for the last 5+ years publicly. So this is why I'm referencing Vibrational Revelations membership library as well, which I'll post the link below. So let's start with Pavel Durov. Pavel Durov is the founder of Telegram. Telegram is actually one of the fastest growing communication apps in the world. They have over 900 million users. And I think it all started for him as an idea of having something that is decentralized, that is not censored. At least this is what he's been sharing. And per day, they're gaining on the average of 2.5 million users. So many people are leaving networks that they feel are not secure and moving towards what they believe to be a much more secure network. Today in the news, Pavel Durov has been arrested in France, or has been detained in France. So we thought that it will be important to reveal his vibrational frequencies, levels of consciousness, as well as his platform. He is the sole owner of the platform, so no one else owns the stock of his company. So here we are. Would you like to start perhaps with revealing the Telegram first, or should we reveal him?
We can do the Telegram first.
Okay, let's do that.
Telegram. The overall frequency is 200. That's the level of heroism, right? Impact on human perception is also 200. Integrity, of the overall integrity, as of how loyal and faithful they are to their truth, what they believe as true, is 80% out of 100%. And integrity to others or with others is 25%. It's huge gap between the two, a drastic difference, right? Now, alignment with divine purpose is 89%. Alignment with its mission is 93%. When it comes to relationship with others, it's 55. From 1 to 1,000 is 55, which is dissociation.
With an
More than likely, in
element.
this case, would represent manipulation. Yes, there's a manipulative factor, ingredient in it, as of how they relate with other people, or how they establish relationships with other people as well. Now, when it comes to transparency, is 72%. Service to others. There's service to self and service to others. We can put that category under the philanthropy aspect of life, we can say that, right? So service to others is 55 as well, the same as relationship with others, 55. Now, alignment with the privacy of users, since that really is and will be for those that would join in the future, Telegram. Privacy is one of the major reasons as of why they're moving.
Gaining so much, right?
And
Momentum.
Telegram is gaining so much momentum, exactly. Like 2.5
million
users
per day,
daily basis,
new.
right? Yeah, that's crazy. So alignment with privacy of users is 25%. Exactly the same number as when it comes to integrity to others or with others, at 25%. Alignment with espionage. We wanted to know that, as we're curious
If
to find
Telegram,
out, right? Is 94%. Now, alignment with Putin, how aligned they are with Putin is 100%.
Well, we do know that actually when Pavel Durov started the original app, which was sort of like Facebook in Russia, and it was called VKontakte, VK, he was banned. It was gaining momentum, right? And he actually had to move out of Russia, close his company and that project, and started Telegram. But what's interesting is this app right now is also used by the Russian military, by Russian army. So we don't know. These are just some of the revelations that we're revealing to you. We're not saying it's one or the other. It's just what is. This is information that the field is revealing.
Exactly.
Yes.
So what the relationship is when it comes to privacy with other people, and also how aligned is their word of what they believe to be true with their message, as of when they share the message that is being shared with the public, right?
Yes. But what we do know, obviously, with so many people seeking out platforms that offer privacy, there's absolutely a need, and this is meeting. People believe it's meeting a specific need.
Right. This is actually the same reason why he actually started this company, apparently. We watched an interview with Tucker Carlson and
that's what they talk about.
Him.
Yes.
And he said, he grew up or was born during Soviet
Union,
times,
Soviet times.
Right? And then his family, he moved with his family to Italy. So he always wanted to pursue an option to offer an option for people to where their privacy will be really protected, right?
Yes.
And freedom of speech as well at the same time. Now, based on numbers of Telegram, of course, we can go deeper into it and be more specific. if we were to be given a verdict about it, yes, which is not the case,
No.
now. But there is a discrepancy based on the numbers when it comes to integrity to others and also service to others,
And
the
relationship.
relationships aspect, and the alignment when it comes to privacy with others or
Yes.
of others. Yes, there's a huge gap there between what they say is and what is the numbers are telling us.
You're right. And of course, to be seen what is going to happen for Pavel as well. So now I'm going to, yes.
Now, before
sorry.
you continue, if I may,
Yes.
of course, we haven't done this exact analysis when the company was founded. Yes, to be fair.
Yes.
A lot could have changed, and there's so
Perhaps
many.
that's a great idea. It's
Yes,
something
so
that
many-
perhaps we can go back to and test at the moment of inception of the
Yes.
company.
So-
What were all of the
right
numbers?
What if
The
the
intention.
initial intention has shifted or not, and maybe dig deeper to figure out if it did change, find out what could be the reason for that shift, you know? Yes.
That's a great idea. And we've done that in the past, like when NIH was founded, FDA, CIA, we've done all of those, right?
Corporations, yes.
Corporations as well. So this is something, if it's of interest for many of you, perhaps in the future, this is something we can begin to include in our episodes.
And we've
as
done
well.
that for FBI and
Yes,
CIA as
exactly.
well, right?
Yes. All right. So now the vibrational frequency for Pavel Durov. He incarnated at the frequency of 250. He was born at the frequency of 110. And his overall vibrational frequency as of today is 200, which is interesting because it's a vibrational match to his company. And oftentimes we see that it's a signature, whether a book is written by an author, it carries the signature of an author, or a film is made. And so are the companies. They're usually mirror reflections of the people who founded the companies, if they're still fully involved in it. His case, he's 100% owner of the company. Health, Pavel views through the lens of 100. Again, we're not measuring how healthy or unhealthy he is or anyone is, but we're just looking into the frequency lens through which all the aspects are being processed through, right? So there's that element of worry and fear. Connection to mind is 200, connection to body is 100, and connection to soul is also 100. So it also shows you the amount of resistance that someone has, because this is on a scale of 0 to 1,000. 1,000 meaning no resistance. Finances, Pavel views through the lens of 400. So he uses his analytical approach towards finances. Creativity is 200, which is the 200 is the frequency of courage and heroism. And also, this is a very interesting reflection of the telegram, because that is the child, you can say the brain child, the passion child, the creative manifestation of his creative powers, which is that frequency of 200 in his case. Relationships he views through the lens of 100. So there is that element of worry and fear. Relationship to self is 100, and relationship to others is also 100. So again, the worry and fear at the very deep root. Sometimes, when we've done the revelations for people that have booked their vibrational frequency analysis, they'll say, oh, I have amazing relationship with my wife or with my spouse, my partner, my children. But then when you go deep into it and people sit with their own numbers, they realize, oh, wow, I didn't realize this is something I've been carrying with me throughout years, perhaps since childhood, that I have not addressed. Okay.
And when their awareness expands and they get to reach that realization, it's just to feel so empowered to transcend their current vibrational frequency in relation to that particular aspect, in this case, relationships, and they begin to experience this huge sense of freedom and releasing resistance, to where months, sometimes within a month, they reach out to us and to share their how
Awakening
they're
process.
experiencing now, right?
Yes.
And they can tell the difference looking back, and it's always an eye opener, and it impacts your personal growth, dramatically.
Yes. So for Pavel, his personal growth is the frequency of 200. So he's definitely heroic, courageous about exploring personal growth. Philanthropy, we always say it's related to your art of sharing and giving. And for him, it's 125. It carries this element of unfulfilled desire. Service to self is 125, and service to others is 55. So that 55 is an element of disassociation, and maybe it's linked to the relationship aspect of worry and fear. Intuition overall is the frequency of 200. Under intuition, there's 4 categories that we measure: clairaudience, which is 200, clairsentience, 100. And oftentimes clairsentience, what we see, the patterns that we've seen, is linked to the aspect of connection to body. And in his case, it was also 100.
Or health, right?
Yes. Clairvoyance, in his case, it's 310. And claircognizance is 500. So oftentimes another pattern that we've seen in people who are successful overachievers, who own companies, we see that they tend to trust their claircognizance. When they know, they go into that flow state. So the 500 under claircognizance is a reflection of that. IQ, so now we're going to go into the 4 aspects of intelligence. The IQ, in his case, it's 250. Emotional quotient, EQ, is 200. And it's interesting because you can feel that. I think when he speaks, you can feel that his emotional intelligence is present. It's at the forefront. Social quotient, when it's above a frequency of 500, what we reference oftentimes is the level of magnetism. And in his case, SQ is 500. So he has this element of magnetism. He has a magnetic persona. And this is something we see in a lot of famous people as well. Rock stars, actors, right? They'll have very high frequency in SQ. And oftentimes that's a frequency that they're perceived through, or the lens through which people perceive them. AQ, adversity quotient. What happens in Pavel's case when he's being triggered? The deepest wound, right? We always say, what is the deepest wound? And it's a frequency of 125. There's that element of not enough. Perhaps I'm not good enough, or the element of not doing enough. And therefore it could be to where somebody's driven by wanting to achieve more and more and more. How much does he enjoy? So now we're going to go into percentages, the role that he plays in this reality. And he does it 59%. This is out of 100%. The purpose of life is to enjoy your journey. In the ego, 96%. And out of that, we look into inferior and superior ego. In his case, his superior ego dominates more than inferior at 73%. In the now, 58%. So it means he's very much thinking about the past, or perhaps too much living in the future, what if, and so forth. And it makes you, as a person, more disconnected from the here and now. Self-awareness, 75%, and clarity is 77%. His integrity overall is 56%. Integrity to himself is integrity to himself is 92%. And integrity to others is quite low. In his case, it's 29%. And I think it's also somehow connected to the telegram,
which is 25%.
25%, right? Okay. Alignment with divine purpose. How aligned is he with walking his divine path? So what he came here to experience, 93%. So he is definitely walking his divine path, or he's still maybe searching for the 100% alignment, but he's on the path. And that, from what we've heard from thousands of people that we've talked to, is that is the most important number for them. Am I in my path? Whatever that means. And alignment with personal purpose is 91%. So he's much more aligned with his divine blueprint, you can say, with his soul's journey, versus the personal purpose is linked more to the persona self or the ego. So in his case, he's more aligned with a.
When you said whatever that means,
In his
in
case,
reference to the
in-
alignment with divine purpose, you
Yes.
mean whatever that means for the person.
For the person,
Yes.
right, for each individual.
Mhm.
Compassion is 85%, compassion to others, 71%, empathy, 81%. Energy purity is 65%. So oftentimes when we see energy purity below 90%, it just also is a reflection that there are interferences, external, you can say, interferences that are impacting someone's energy field.
Yes, it could be a byproduct of unprocessed emotions that are creating energetic blockages, right?
Yes.
Or, as you mentioned, right, external influences in this case could be substances of some sort, or addictions. Yes.
Or thoughts.
Or
The
just
thoughts we think, we
Uh-huh.
create, if we go into our own mind of this negative loop conversations, that will weaken your energy
Yes.
field, because we create our reality with our thoughts.
And that's where everything originates, actually.
Yes.
That stems from the mind, the thinking process. That's how we activate the emotions, and that's how we experience whatever feelings we're experiencing when these emotions are being activated, right?
Yes. So that concludes today's episode. We look forward to hearing from you, to your comments. It's very important, actually, with YouTube, that there's interaction that happens. So please comment, please like, please share. And we hope that you join Vibrational Revelations, a membership library where you can explore over 180 episodes.
Yes, and these points of reference that we share, or vibrational frequency analysis for different characters, are with the intention to facilitate information, or enough information for you to pay attention to how you function in the world, and how you feel about your decisions, about your actions, about your thought process. So the bottom line is to learn more about yourself, so you can experience an expanded version of whatever feeling you're experiencing at the moment.
Yes. Thank you so much again for being a part of our journey, and we look forward to seeing you next time.
Thank you.